Army hearties, it'd be the running pirate. We just completed International Talk Like a Pirate Day, and I'll be a scurvy dog's had your taste of the dialogue. Well, hey, I'm actually just about to go on a trip to Virginia, where we're going to hear more about that later. But before I do, I wanted to talk with you guys about something that I've been learning in class. As I shared in the last video, I'm actually going for my teaching credential in social studies. And so I was in a class the other night, and we talked a little bit about something I thought was pretty interesting. Let me share with you. Now, first of all, let me show you this picture. Probably most of you don't know who this is. Her name is Norma Jean. Look at her image real quick. See how we've got the grass and the lamb and this real depiction of innocence right there. Now, contrast that with the person we all know her to be, that she became, Marilyn Monroe. Here she is, the beautiful, sexy blonde bombshell that she became in Hollywood. This is her, literally and figuratively, when she's at the top. She's, she's looking down upon the rest of the world. She's in a concrete jungle. She's got a cigarette dangling from her fingertips there. And if you look at the face on her, or her expression on her face, it's like this real lonely, kind of empty, it almost looks like she's contemplating something bad. And I just think that, in a nutshell, she became really famous for being this sexual icon that Hollywood exploited, and she ended up dying from drugs in a very miserable situation. Multiple divorces, very unhappy, a couple infamous incidents, including one with JFK. But let me just share with you a song that Elton John wrote for her called "Candle in the Wind." And I don't know if you can hear it, but I've got it playing behind me right now. Goodbye, Norma Jean, though I never knew you at all. You had the grace to hold yourself while those around you crawled. It seems like you lived your life like a candle in the wind, never knowing who to cling to when the rain set in. And I would like to have known you, but I was just a kid. Your candle burned out long before your legend ever did. Loneliness was tough, the toughest role you ever played. Hollywood created a superstar, and pain was the price you paid. Goodbye, Norma Jean, from the young man in the 22nd row, who sees you as something more than sexual, more than just our Marilyn Monroe. And, I think when he says candle in the wind, he's talking about her passion, her potential, the way she lived her life. But it ended all too shortly and tragically, just like a candle in the wind. And, as a teacher or as a figure of influence, which we all are, we talked in my class about how when we've got students who are going through a time in their life that they're very scared, they're not sure of who they are or who they're going to become. And we have that ability to be a positive influence to direct them in ways that are going to be uplifting. They're going to encourage them to be the best they can be, but for the right reasons, where they're not going to burn out or become lonely or be exploited. And, students, young people in general, can get in groups where they're going to be, involved in something harmful. Let me just play a little bit more of this. Okay. They can be in a situation where they may be around people that want them to do things that are going to be harmful for them, but they contribute because they want that sense of belonging, that sense of being loved. When in actuality, the ones that are trying to get them to do that are probably in the same situation. They want to be loved, they want a connection, but they're looking in the wrong places. Or maybe like Marilyn, you might have a skill or a talent. You might be beautiful, you might be smart, you might have a great musical skill, or you might be an athlete. But you got to be careful that people aren't just exploiting you for your gift, your talent. It's very important to surround yourself with the people that are going to love you for who you are. You got to find those people who are in the 22nd row that want to know you, that want to love you, not for what you can do, not what you can bring for them, but for loving you for who you are. There's a line in Blade Runner called, it goes, the candle that burns the brightest burns half as long. And the way I look at it, everybody has untapped potential. I do, you do, everyone we know does. And we have to discover that for ourselves. Nobody can point that out for us. Only we have to find what that potential is. But the best way I think we can grow with that is to surround ourselves with the people that truly love us. Because when we see who we are through their eyes, that's when we know we can use our potential for the right reasons. So if my candle's gonna burn bright, I guess I want it to burn bright for something right. I'll just leave you with that thought. And until next time, this is the Running Pirate, and I'll catch you on the next wave.